Alright guys, welcome to number 2, Auto Animate Transitions. So what we're going to do in this one is I'm going to show you how you can create some little animation effects just to stylize particular content on your screens or your prototypes. And it's called using this Auto Animate Transition. So the way it works is that you set up, so this here is representing the same screen but in different stages. So what we've got here is, one screen that's got this picture showing, one screen with this other picture showing, and then the third picture, as well as some buttons down here in order to navigate between the three pictures. So what we're going to do is basically create some interactions between these buttons so that when we click on a button, this particular picture will show up and be viewed on our screen. So to do that, what you need to do is make sure that you can select the particular buttons. Now to do that, when I click on it once, you can see that these are grouped together. So if you've moved it, hit Command Z and make it back to what its normal state is. Now, what we can do is we can use our double click feature and double click and burrow into these individual components of this group here. So if I double click here, and now you can see I can create interactions or wires between the three rectangle buttons here. So I'm going to select this middle one here because at this state here, when this one is white, this picture is going to show. So what I want to do is select the middle one. I'm going to click and drag up this wire up to here. And I'm going to make sure that the action type and the trigger is set to tap. The transition will be auto animate. So yours will default to transition. Make sure it's selected to auto animate. And then the rest can be kept as default. So now what happens is when I click on the button, it's going to auto animate to that other picture. And it's going to move across and create that animation style there. So now what our next thing is to do is you can see when I click on this one, nothing happens, okay? So I need to set that up with my prototyping. So I'm going to close this one. And on this one here, I'm going to double click, select this first one, and I know that I want it to come back to this one and show this picture and change its state to look like this. So I'm going to drop that there like that. Now, once you do one auto animate, it should realize that you're wanting to auto animate different things and it should default to auto animate for you. So, but if it's not, make sure that it's set to auto animate rather than any of the other states there. And now when I move to play, I can click this and you can see it's auto animating. So now I have this interaction between these two screens here. The last one is to do the third screen. So because that one isn't set up and doing anything. So what I'm going to do now is I can come back to this first one here, double click into this one and join that one there like that. Make sure it's auto animate again, come back, hit play, and now I've got that working. But now you can see that I've just got to join these last two back up. So what I can do now is come into this one, want you to be there, and this one here, if I zoom in a little bit, is going to move over and be joined to this one over here, this artboard, like that. And now we should have some functionality and a scrolling animation effect. So that one works, that one's not working yet, cool. So let's go ahead and do this one now. And hopefully this is the last one we need to do. No, let's go back in and just double check that. Auto animate. Oh, this one needs to connect there. There we go. So all our buttons are connected now. So there's quite a few wireframes there. So just pause the video as you go because there was a few steps there, or repeat it. And now at the end state, it should be working something like this where it all animates together. All right, guys, so that's your auto animate feature, and you can do a range of different effects with those auto animate features. And if you want to have a look, I can give you another file to show you some of those things. Just let me know. All right, guys, hit Command S, and in the next one, we're going to do a similar thing, but with some drag interactions. Thanks, guys.